Last year, after round 2 of the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge, it was Ricky Wysocki taking a commanding lead over Nico LaCastro. With Ricky competing elsewhere this weekend, who will have what it takes to be on top at the end of day 1 at the 2014 Delaware Disc Golf Challenge? Stay tuned as Disc Golf Monthly starts now. Welcome to another edition of Disc Golf Monthly. We're in Wilmington, Delaware for the 2014 Delaware Disc Golf Challenge Disc Golf Tournament. Hello everyone, I'm Carl Cubbage. I'm joined by fellow disc golfer, the legend in Delaware, and the tournament director for this prestigious event, Jimmy McIlvaine. Jimmy, tell us about this great event.
Yeah, this is the 5th year it's been an H year. This year we're using Brandywine again and Iron Hill. And
it's quite a contrast in courses, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's about as different as you can possibly get. Brandywine is just wide open. It's known for its wind and heat and bugs and, you know, the whole bit. Lots of elevation changes. Where Iron Hill is just long, wooded, really rough terrain. So, yeah, it's two opposite on the spectrum.
And this month, Jimmy, we're covering day 1 of the event. We're going to cover Brandywine. What's it going to take for these top-level players to navigate Brandywine and get a lead after the first day?
Brandywine is about, at this level, at the open level, is about how far you can throw. I mean, it's one of the older courses, so it's a little bit smaller in general, but the holes themselves come off into, you need 400 plus foot shots to really score well here.
With the elevation, you got to be careful because you can get in some trouble if it tails off.
Yeah, you can. I mean, the rough here is brutal. I mean, it was so bad that we actually had to put a couple of OBs in that weren't normally played. The wall over 10 is OB because it was a lost disc, so just don't go there. And you'll see that a lot. I mean, it really hinders up your run-ups and things. But there's something about Brandywine that, like you said, with throwing up the hill and the downhill, it just start playing with your head.
Well, it should be pretty exciting, as always, here, Jimmy. Jimmy, and you've been doing this for a while, and you've got quite a reputation as a tournament director. What's it take to pull off an event like this?
A lot of volunteers. There's just no doubt about it. The volunteer base that we've established in Delaware is really huge. There's 4 or 5 core people in it, going out doing fundraising, making sure you have the money, really deciding that we wanted, to try to tailor as much as we could to the touring pros. So, and really what it comes down to it is you have to raise the money to get these people to come out. So, a lot of people were involved in that.
Well, congratulations on the work you do, Jimmy, for disc golf and all the volunteers. Folks, what we're going to do now is go down to that great segment where we get to see how people are throwing them. We'll go down to previous round highlights and see what's happening.
Kelsey Wimberling, driving basket 3.
Kelsey with a nice shot down the middle, fading back. Right there, valet parking.
Scott Archer, putting basket 16.
Scott floats it in there.
Ragnar Bigda, driving basket 3.
Ragnar pumps it out there, bringing it back to the left, just zings by the basket.
Ragnar putting basket 3.
Great form, center chains.
Steve Rico, driving basket 17.
Steve with a nice blast off the tee. Starting to make a comeback. Right there.
Don Smith, putting basket 17.
Don, look at that extension. Puts it right in.
Jessica Evertson, driving basket 3.
Jessica explodes off the tee there. Good skip right there.
Craig Gangla, putting basket 8.
Kreger, solid putt.
Steve Johnson driving basket 8.
Steve getting a roller down. It's got a lot of juice. Right at the basket.
Mike Carmen putting basket 7.
Ooh, look at that big jump follow putt. He almost beats it to the basket. Nice shot, Mike.
Craig Ganglove driving basket 9.
Not too happy with it, but he's penetrating, making a comeback.
Kevin Lebowski putting basket 3.
Ooh, Kevin Heiser's that one right in the backside.
Aaron Fahey driving basket 2.
Aaron with the flick. Tough one to hold there, but he's not that far off.
Aaron putting basket 2.
Uphill, top chain, slides it in.
Chris Adiego driving basket 3.
Chris on a very picturesque view there of this hole. And he holds the wall.
Chris putting basket 3.
Nicely done there, Chris.
Max Nichols putting basket 2.
Backs the lefty. Curves it right back in there.
Jay Klein driving basket 17.
Jay with a nice flight. Good skip right at the basket. And that's it, folks, for the previous round highlights. Well, Jimmy, we got to see some great camera work from our cameraman producer, Kevin McGorry. Really showcased this great course, and we saw some nice shots, too.
Yeah, Kevin does a great job doing all that.
Well, Jimmy, we've got a tight group of players here for day one. Tie score for first place. Who are the 4 pros we're going to be following?
All right, everyone with a 49. Starting with Max Nichols from Ramona, California, and Chris Adiego from North San Juan, California, Matt Dowler from Loganville, Georgia, and Philip Tyler Belt from Dacula, Georgia.
Well, Jimmy, I met Philip Tyler Belt and his wonderful mom, who was helping out with the Indiana Worlds in 2013. He's an upcoming touring player. I know he's been on the road to Matt Dollar, and we've got another pair of touring pros. Young guys, it's going to be interesting dynamics, see who breaks out today.
Yeah, these are all, just, recent touring players except for Matt Dollar. I'm sure Matt's not used to being in an A-tier where he's like the senior touring player. These guys have all only been playing, open for in a matter of 2 to 3 years, except for Matt.
Well, we're starting on Brandywine today, and with this group of pros, how do you think it plays out? What's going to be the challenge for them?
The challenge here is dealing with, it's the middle of June. You're going to be dealing with heat. You're going to be dealing with bugs. Last year, it was much more windy. This year, it's going to be, the stress of the day. Some of these guys, all of these guys, have probably just been here for a day or two. They don't know the course that well. Most of them probably spent their time at Iron Hill. So this becomes, you having to be used to being able to throw up the hill, down the hill, making sure that you're actually seeing what you think you're seeing. Some of these holes actually look flat when they're not. They're actually uphill, and it does take a little bit more than you think it does.
I guess the time to get your strokes or to get them here at Brandywine before you get that rough ride there at Iron Hill.
Yeah, that is the whole idea of this tournament. Here, you got to have fun today. If you're not having fun today, the stress really, really starts to build on you tomorrow. If you're getting stressed out over Brandywine, I don't see how you have a chance by the time you get there tomorrow. Just for instance, like 2 years ago when we covered Tyler Horn and last year with Ricky, you would see that those guys didn't allow themselves to get into any situations where the stress just started building on. They would make decent shots, chill back out, make the easy up shots, make the easier putts, and it was the guys who had to keep pushing and pressing all the time that suddenly just began to wear down.
Should be interesting, Jimmy. We've got a young crowd here and a great course to showcase during day one of this event. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. Please stay with us, and then we'll follow the day one coverage of the top pros here at the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge. folks, here we are. We're in the second round on day one. Following our top 4 pros, we've got Max Nichols, Chris Adiego, Matt Dollar, Philip Tyler Belt, all tied at 49. Should be interesting. Folks, we're going to start off here on basket 18. It's a par 3, 486 feet.
This is a huge shot uphill. I think we actually saw someone do this last year.
Yeah, Nico LaCastro was a beautiful shot.
Well, this is a monster drive. I mean, just getting up to these trees is, you know, definitely setting you up for the 3.
That gets the roller down.
If that turns over, that could be really nice. And that's up to the second set of trees.
Good position. Chris with a nice looking shot here.
Oh, that is a bad break there.
Philip Tyler Belt. Right in the middle. Compact swing to just get by that tree.
That's a nice shot from that angle.
Caught the branches. Catches some leaves, but does not affect the landing there.
That was a huge drive by Matt.
Right there for the 3. Jump putt. Just around the back.
Doesn't look happy.
Well, you know, you get the jitters a little bit, Jimmy, with the camera there. I know it's got to affect some of them. We've seen it happen. Well, we've got 3 pars and a bogey from Max. That's why he is not happy with that one. And we're moving on, folks. We're on to basket 1. It's a par 3, 486 feet. Beautiful stone wall.
Yeah,
divides the right side.
Yeah, you need, like, almost, these right-handers need to take it almost over that wall and then back in at the basket.
Stay in the air. Stay in the air.
Sort of like what he just did. Now, some of the guys will actually throw a roller here, too.
With the wall coming back.
Well, one of the things you don't want to do is you do not want to turn this over.
No.
I mean, there's some nasty rough on that right-hand side.
Oh, that's a little too much.
Sort of like that.
Did turn over.
Now, the lefty here's got the advantage. You know, you just more or less want to take it over to his tee pad and just throw as hard as you can.
All right, Jimmy. Phillips got a re-tee. He could not find his disc. It's on his 3rd throw.
Wow.
Hits the wall and comes back in.
All right, now this is one of these upshots you need to make.
Good shot.
That's bad. It's some bad luck.
Great to see Max hit a deuce here. A little bit high. Boy, I'll tell you what, that lead foot almost looked like it was a ground before he released.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I've climbed that wall more times than I want to in this entire day.
You can see how this wall is actually giving him a little bit of a hard time here.
Okay, we've got a birdie, 2 pars, and a double bogey for Philip. Moving on, folks. We're on a basket 2. It's a par 3, 239 feet.
It's got a little bush you got to miss here, and if you do, you should be sitting pretty.
Nice touch shot.
I think he's in the bush, though.
Looks a lot different when you're standing on the tee here, Jimmy.
Yeah, it does. It does. The left side is definitely more open, but the right side will actually leave you just as easy. You just have to miss one tree. They're all going for that side.
Philip for the deuce.
Nice
There's
putt.
the left side. Chris makes this, and he's going to tie Matt. Right in the middle. There we go. Chris and Matt on the top. Max and Philip looking to catch him as we move on to basket 3. It's a par 3, 285 feet. This is a nice looking hole here, Jimmy.
Yeah, this is just about not falling down that wall. I mean, it's not OB or anything, but it's just that when you look at this hole, you have to get the deuce here.
Wow.
I think he left his putter a little short there.
Sends that one up high.
You'd have missed.
Flipping. Nice shot. Now this is what I'm more used to. The righty highs are in at the basket. Now stick. Yep.
Stuck it. Great view. Just misses the putt. Stuck that one. Wow. Takes the lead there. Oh, high chains for Max.
Wow.
Couple of tough putts there, Jimmy. Philip checks out the
See, now we're going to find out. This is what I'm talking about. When the pressure starts building like that, you take a bogey after leading, after birdieing 1, you take a bogey on 3. This is where things could really start to build on you.
Jimmy, we're on to basket 4. It's a par 3, 518 feet. And they've got a name for this hole.
This is the beauty. And we'll get to the other names later. At one time, though, you could actually see right through those trees. Those trees have gotten massive.
Got to really crank it over there, and then it opens up.
I think he got over the trees anyway. And he's safe. The spotter billiard.
I don't think that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was trying. That could be another lost disc. Now, lefty's got to go for this.
It looks like it's stuck in the trees, but there is an opening out there,
there's an
folks.
opening on the other side of those
It
trees.
just opens right up, clear.
Now that
Flexing
could be
back.
huge. Oh, he just caught a tree.
Max with an easy up. All right, Matt, we did not see a second shot. Let's see if he can pick up the par here. Oh, Slow motion
See,
drop
now
in.
that's the type of thing that will take that little pressure off of missing that putt back on 3 away.
Philip, nice putt. Finish. Wow, that almost tumbled
See, I think
out.
Chris concentrated a little bit too much on the putt. It was.
All right, we've got a two-stroke lead by Chris over Philip and the rest of the gang. We're on to basket 5, a par 4, 666 feet, and this is the other.
Speed the beast. 666. All of it uphill.
We had all downhill, now it's all uphill.
Yeah.
And this is all uphill.
There's a slight road up here. You've got to cross that road. So these guys are going to have the arm to 3 this. But that first drive is like just necessary. And you can't do that. Now that could be huge. It's also very important, because of the thickness of this rough, to land in the middle of this fairway.
Yeah, we've already had one lost disc, Jimmy. Philip lost one earlier.
Yeah, well, it's not just losing the disc. It's also this whole idea you have no run-up. Like right now, Chris is going to be slowed down so much by this. It's really well affected. See, he had to take the one step into it. See, now where Tyler gets the full run-up and puts it in the brush.
Cutting back, that basket's what, about 50, 60 feet from the that tree line,
more
Jimmy?
about 50. Pretty much down where that white pole's at is what they're aiming at.
Right there.
Yep. Both of those were pretty good shots.
Wow, Philip's got his hands full getting out of there.
Get out.
Yeah, but he made a nice shot. Matt for the bird. There it is. That's the big
nicely
3.
Oh, just missed it. He needed that to keep the lead. Philip drills it in. Well, we've got a tie. Matt and Chris at the top. The other two are one stroke back. We've got a great match going on here. We're on basket 6, a par 3, 480 feet.
Now we're going to go to the bastard. And this can be that. This is just a nasty pin placement.
Nice view of that disc making its way down. Had some hang time.
There's a road past the basket that will just drop off into nowhere land, and the same thing on the whole right side.
Philip with the roller. Stays off the left. You want that to curl back to the right.
That should be an easy approach there, though. As long as you're not stuck on the
Another
right side.
lefty-friendly hole.
Down. Nice. That's that freaking left. With this hole, he could have gotten it higher and we would have been right down there.
Oh, that slipped out of his hand. He may have gotten away with it, though. Wow.
Got it?
See our spotters down there running all over the place.
Got to be careful not to go, like you said, long on this one.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy.
this is yeah.
It's got to land close to the basket.
The road becomes like there's a small running path that becomes over the edge of that is just gone. And that was a great save by Chris.
Max gets his. Pars around. All right, folks, we're moving on to basket 7. It's a par 3, 274 feet.
It's still on 274. If you take the righty hyzer, you have to throw over the bushes first.
And those bushes are basically right in the middle. You can curl around right or left.
Yeah, there's more of an opening on the left-hand side for the lefties to throw their hyzer. The bushes they're throwing over are close to 10 feet tall, so it's really not only the hold uphill, you have to throw so much farther uphill than that.
Right over our cameraman.
He's got a putt.
Chris cuts it a little too tight.
Yeah, Chris is starting to miss that flick shot. It's like he broke the flag.
This will put second place, tied for second. Nice shot, Philip. High in the chains, just drops it right into the basket. Well, we've got a one-stroke lead. Matt on top. Philip tied for second. Okay, folks, we're on to basket 8. It's a par 3, 336 feet.
Once again, this plays closer to 450 feet. This is much more uphill than it appears. And that was a nice roller.
That is a nice shot.
That might be a putt. Lefty going for a roller?
Another beauty. Chris with the air
That
shot.
gets through. He's going to have a putt.
Yeah, got through it all.
Wow. Those are 4 nice drives on this hole.
Kind of a jump putt, just stays under the basket. This will put Max tied for second if he cans it, and he does.
Nice putt.
Just stayed low on that one. All right, we got Matt, 2-stroke lead, and everybody's tied for second. All right, Jimmy, we're on to basket 9. This is a par 3, 404 feet.
Once again, this whole play is definitely a little farther than that. This is one of those that look flat that just is not flat. That should set up for an easy up
Right at
shot.
the base of the wall. I think he's right at the base of the wall as well.
Might be a little on the right hand side. It's a little bit tough. I mean, there are like 2 or 3 holes in there. right there. There's a wide open gap right there. Let's see if Philip's gonna have to throw a little anhyzer around that push. Shouldn't be any problem though. See, Max actually has a putt at it.
Takes the jump, but it
Wow.
carried him a little bit left into that tree.
He needs this now.
Oh, he almost caught it.
You cannot be where he was sitting and take the bogey. That's just
I know.
like, wow. Those are the things that will just come back and haunt you.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We got some exciting action here. Please stay with us.
I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Welcome back, everybody. We're at basket 10. It's a par 3, 466 feet.
Okay, this year we're playing over the wall OB. So these guys will have to be a little bit more careful.
It's a great hole where they can really crank them out there.
And that should be a putt.
Almost gives the illusion that it's going over the wall, but they're checking.
Yeah,
out here.
well, all these guys should have putts at this. Really, I know they're expecting to.
Nice and high, cutting back to center. Max, the left-hander. Max gets first crack at it here at the deuce. Just a little left and a little bit low.
Well, coming from these angles, you still have to worry about going over that wall.
Oh, God.
Just with the step ahead. Philip pours his in there. Nice putt from Matt. All right, Matt with that two-stroke lead. They all parred out. Moving along, folks. We're at basket 11. It's a par 3, 310 feet.
We're playing the shorter pin this year. So a lot of these little things are... There you go. Never mind. So it's right there. This should be easier to reach is what I was going to say.
Come on.
Goes up high, but gets caught in that tree.
The flick shot or lefty shot is much easier to get to.
If you get caught in the left, there's some ugly stuff over there.
Well,
Jimmy.
that's why no one's throwing like right at it, and especially the righties. I mean, you throw right that looks like the easy gap, you overshoot this, and you're in big trouble.
Wow. That's a big putt right there, Jimmy.
Absolutely. Keeps him in the game.
Matt picks up his deuce. Well, 3 birdies and a par. Chris in second by himself. All right, folks, we're on to basket 12, a par 3, 325 feet.
Yeah, this is another just like the last one. This is a scoring hole. It's another one that you got to have deuces.
Wow,
I think Matt's got these little downhill shots dialed in
Almost
here.
had the bounce ace on that one. I think Chris had the yabba dabba do step there.
Yeah. It's like 3 or 4 flick shots I've seen him miss.
Swings it nice and wide, cutting back, going right at it. Nice shot, Max. Philip lays it out there. Good skip. Great view. Our cameraman's up top near the tee area. You can really see this one. Nice catch of that putt.
I'm telling you, man.
Chris with 2 great putts here in a row. Star frame birdies around,
there you
folks.
Go. Told you it was a must-get deuce.
And they did. Here we are, folks. We're on basket 13, par 3, 412 feet.
This is a really big shot here.
Here we go with the roller. Chris right down the middle.
This
Max with a low one.
Yeah, he's not getting that up.
Phillip with a big shot. Flexing back.
That might give him a chance at a 2.
Ooh, stays up above the wall. Great execution on that shot, Matt. Chris is right up there. Rifles it in. Pars around. Moving on to basket 14. It's a par 3, 363 feet. Interesting hole here, Jimmy.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to crash into these trees back here, unless you want to swing it all the way around. Now Chris went for it all the way around. And as long as he doesn't go too deep, he'll have a putt.
Really long. There's a little bit of a stream back there.
Right. There's a creek back there, and it's OB. So.
All right, that's on the back right side of the trees.
Not a good one.
There is that little gap in there. Matt found it.
So he wasn't wet. That's a good thing.
Is Chris going to bang another one? Oh, he does.
He does. Wow.
Wow, nice. Got a good string going there, Jimmy. Wow, tough break against the pole and just came back out.
Oh boy.
Max, dead center. A birdie by Chris. He makes a move. He's only one stroke behind Matt. On to basket 15. It's a par 3, 311 feet.
All right, now this is really uphill. You have three main options. You can throw a roller. You can throw a big hyzer shot, or you can go straight up the gut.
Oh no.
And you have the oh no option, which is into the tree.
Go, exactly. This hyzer shot is actually pretty hard with no wind blowing. When you have a wind blowing, it's not that hard, but without a wind blowing you over.
Matt really cranked that out nicely.
There's the roller option. Now that stands up. That could be really pretty. Now that's how you throw the hyzer option.
Nice and tight and right in there.
Wow. All right, can you throw in another one?
Can Chris make 4 in a row? Oh, he just puts it right up there.
All right.
Matt, pin high to the right.
That's a really nice roller.
Cans the 2. Philip with that nice hyzer tight into the tree, puts it right there.
Yeah, that's the only way to get there. You have to risk hitting the tree like Chris did, and then...
Right, a couple of birdies, and they tighten it up. Great hole coming up here, Jimmy. Basket 16, par 3, 416 feet. Got the barn.
Once again, you either have to hit that gut or throw a roller.
Just got it down in the right zone.
Get up there. Good job.
I had to give him a putt.
Jim's ever call last year somebody aced this hole.
Yeah, I mean, throwing a roller takes the ace out, really.
That's all right.
See, expect Chris to blast this one right down the middle.
The problem with trying to hit that gap is pretty small. If you don't hit it, you're leaving yourself back here.
You don't want to hyzer out early and have that barn come into play.
No. All right, that's pretty.
That's going to carry all the way up.
You circle the basket.
There you go. Nice shot.
Nice.
Since Matt had that little hiccup on 3, I mean, he hasn't really made any mistake. Yeah, he's played really well.
Philip with the jump putt. Max with that roller. Just caught the rim. Chris gets the par. Oh, Matt with the birdie extends his lead to 2 strokes. On to the last hole here, folks. Basket 17, par 3, 339 feet.
Yeah, it plays slightly downhill. Plays left to right around a tree down there. All these guys should be able to reach this easily. Probably throwing putters. That looks like a putter or mid-range.
Sets up well for the lefty shot.
That's about 4 shots he's just throwing way too low. If he had air under any of those, he's like... That's
right there.
A nice shot.
Max, like you said, Jimmy, was a little bit too low on that drive. Can he recover?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Off the top. Unexpected into the rim for Chris. Phillip, it almost looks nonchalant, just puts it in there.
Yep, it's a nice 2.
Now with the par.
You guys for a 3?
Well, folks, we've got a 2-stroke lead by Matt here after the second round on day 1. And it's close. Phillip and Chris there. Max, they all played well, folks. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll wrap it up. Well, Jimmy, we got to see some great shooting of those 4 players, and Matt pulls out another 49 and keeps the edge of that group.
Yeah, I think some of those guys started letting the heat, the tension, maybe even, the first time having a camera around them. A lot of those things start to add up. To me and Eric, of course, the whole bit. So they're still all in it, though. So, we got 2 more rounds, and we have 2 more big rounds left.
And we've got some big names that are just lurking in the shadows, and one of them caught up.
Yeah, Steve Rico shot, pretty good score there. He's now tied for the lead. You've got former champions, Nate Crine, Mike Moser. You got some other guys from out of town, Andrew Fish, Don Smith, some locals, Devin Frederick. This is not over by a long shot.
It's not, and day 1 was great. We hope you all enjoyed this great day 1 coverage. And Jimmy, we got to salute you, for pulling off an event like this year after year with your volunteer staff. And you've really become a name in disc golf, Jimmy, not only in Delaware. I know I call you the legend, but you're talked about nationally, and we appreciate all the work you do. Keep up the great work. Folks, that's all we have for this month's edition of Disc Golf Monthly. We hope you tune in next month where we get to see day 2 coverage and see who comes up the champ during the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge. Thank you, folks. I'm Carl Covage, joined by fellow disc golfer and the legend of Delaware, Jimmy McIlvaine, for Disc Golf Monthly, the show that takes you one step closer to the sport of disc golf.